Chapter 9. Mining Gets Harder. A few years after the strike at Sutter's sawmill, the easy gold was gone. Most miners weren't finding enough to pay for food and supplies. There were still plenty of gold deposits in California. The problem was that they were hidden. The gold was wedged deep inside mountains or underground. Hard rock, usually quartz, with gold veins in it, is called ore. Miners began tunneling for ore. They dug into rocky hillsides using shovels, picks, and drills. There was a lot of guesswork involved. Some tried to locate veins of gold by using magic. They wore necklaces with charms that were said to be gold magnets. They also tried using forked tree branches called divining rods. They believed the branches would twitch when gold was near. Thousands of miles of tunnels were dug and blasted with dynamite. Miners would go hundreds or even thousands of feet down a tunnel opening in a rickety elevator. Working deep inside the tunnel, they filled buckets or cars with rock. Then they hauled the rock outside. The ceiling of a tunnel was supported by wooden beams. Sometimes these broke or fell over. Then there would be a cave-in. Some miners got buried alive. Explosions and poisonous gases in a tunnel could kill miners too. To get the gold out of the ore, the rock had to be crushed. A machine with huge hammers called a stamp pounded the ore to dust. Then the gold dust was separated from the rock dust. A chemical called mercury was used in this process. Back then, miners called it quicksilver. They didn't know it was poisonous. When they heated it to separate the gold, it produced a vapor that could make them sick. This kind of mining didn't turn out to be very profitable. Even worse, it hurt the environment. Mercury got washed into streams where it killed fish and other wildlife. A new, faster way of mining called hydraulic mining began. Miners aimed high-pressure water hoses at hillsides. The powerful jets of water hit the base of the hills hard. They ate away at the dirt that supported the top of the hill. Once the bottom was worn away, the top crashed down in a landslide. Hills tumbled down into piles of gravel. Huge trees were swept away in the downward rush of dirt and rock. Meadows and valleys below were buried. Farmland was destroyed. Farmers and other people protested. Eventually, laws were made to protect the land. Dredge mining was another quick mining method. Machines called dredges scooped gravel from the bottoms of deep lakes and rivers. Only big companies could buy the large, costly equipment. Instead of working for themselves, many miners worked for the companies. They got paid by the day. It became impossible for them to strike it rich. Any gold they found belonged to the company. Some 49ers left California. They wanted to try their luck at silver mining in Nevada's Comstock Lode. Many gave up and headed back east. The westward rush for gold slowed down. Boomtowns spring up when something brings people there in a hurry, like a discovery of gold or oil. But if the gold or oil runs out, the towns can die off. Some mining camps survived. Hangtown grew into the city of Placerville. Others, like Bidwell's Bar, became ghost towns. Saloons, banks, and hotels that had been widely busy were suddenly empty. Grass began to grow. Between the slats of wooden sidewalks, wind and rain eventually knocked over tents and buildings. After a while, it was like the town had never existed. Some ghost towns are now tourist sites.